Welcome back to another episode of Motogp Mac, and today we're going to talk about the epic Grand Prix that just happened for the French Grand Prix in Le Mans. But before we get into it, here's how it finished. Jorge Martin won it from Marc Marquez, Pecco Bagnaia, Enea Bastianini, Maverick Vinales, Fabio Di Gianantonio, Franco Morbidelli, Brad Binder, Aleix Espargaro, Alex Marquez, Raul Fernandez, Johan Zarco, Augusto Fernandez, Taka Nakagami, Alex Rins, Luca Marini was the last one across the line. Fabio Quartararo crashed, Jack Miller crashed, Miguel Oliveira retired the bike with technical issues, Joan Mir crashed, Marco Bezzecchi crashed, and Pedro Acosta crashed. Now, what can I really say about this Grand Prix? I will be honest, the last 10 laps, 8 laps were absolutely epic, but it was a little bit dry up to that. But you know, Mark got into third place and you could see he got into his rhythm. He's definitely getting there with the bike on old tires. He's really, really, really competitive in it. But saying that, Jorge Martin, he was epic today as well. You know, managing the gap, managing Pecco, you know, making the pass. I think he was just on a different level. If I'm very honest, you know, he really wanted this win. Marc Marquez, again, he did a really good race, kind of set his own pace at the start of the race. And then towards the end, you know, on the last lap, he made a pass on Pecco. And the second I saw him doing the pass, I kind of took a deep breath in because he was so late on the brakes and kind of thought it was going to end in tears, if I'm honest. But he made the apex and it was absolutely an epic pass. Fair play to him. You know, he's really giving Ducati a pain in the head and a pain in the arse to make their decision. Pecco Bagnaia, he was doing really well today. You know, with the nil point yesterday, he needed to at least a finish today. You know, he's gone back now a good few points behind Martin, who's firmly in the driving seat as we head into Catalonia. But again, you know, he's finished the race anyway. That's what he needed to do. Enea Bastianini, long lap, I believe, for Bastianini. But it was a good race overall. You know, for him, you know, just behind Pecco, just like 2 seconds behind. But again, you know, he does need to be towards the pointy end. Maverick Vinales, a little bit of an understated race, if I'm honest. Fabio Di Gianantonio had a good race, did get a long lap penalty. And again, it was, you know, was it just? I suppose it was, you know, but again, saying that, you know, yeah, look, it's one of those ones. Franco Morbidelli, again, a good ride from Franco, although he didn't really show much in the race, if I'm very honest. It was a bit of a loner race, let's just call it. Brad Binder turned a terrible weekend into somewhat positive, scoring 8th place. Okay, there was people went out ahead of him, but again, was a good enough recovery, let's just say. Aleix Espargaro, yeah, he was doing well, got pushed off the track, and you know, lost 2 places at that stage, you know, but he did go back a good bit. Alex Marquez, quite surprised to see him so far back. If I'm very honest, you know, take out a few of the people or put back in a few of the people that were ahead of him, he would have struggled to score points today. Good enough race for Raul Fernandez, in around top 10, 11. That's where you expect him. Johan Zarco won the Japanese Cup in 12th place on the Honda and home Grand Prix, of course, for him. Augusto Fernandez, you know, the only positive thing you can say really for him is that he finished in the points. That's about it. Taka Nakagami in 14th. Alex Rins in 15th. I do believe Alex Rins also got a long lap penalty. But saying that, you know, 30 seconds behind is not really a good day in the office. And Luca Marini, 16th place, no points, 40 seconds behind the race leader. Not really at the races, 10 seconds or so behind Taka Nakagami, who was the next place Honda. So gives you an understanding of what's going on with him. Fabio Quartararo was having the race of his life. I think he was up either to 6th or 7th place before he crashed. Miller was doing okay, not brilliant, but he was doing okay. Oliveira, I don't know why he stopped, but he did pull into the pits. Joan Mir was doing really well. He was actually the top Honda. He was up ahead of Johan Zarco, so like he would have been finishing maybe around 10th or 11th if he did finish. Marco Bezzecchi, it was just unlucky. He was just trying to turn that little bit tighter when the rider in front went wide, and that was the end of it. And Pedro Acosta, I don't know how he didn't wipe out Digi Antonio, if I'm very honest with that move. But look, it kind of, he's been pushing his luck on the front end, and today the front end just gave up on him. So, it was a nothing crash. It was a slow enough crash for him. But the problem was that he went between two bikes, and I don't know how someone didn't hit him or the bike. Overall, I thought it was a really good race. Towards the end, it was absolutely epic, I must say. It was edge of the seat stuff, because any one of them could have actually won it. Do you know what I mean? Pecco could have went past Martin, and the two of them would have went wide, and Marquez won it. It was just brilliant. Overall, can't take anything away from any of the ones on the podium. They were absolutely all epic. Halfway through the race, if I was going to put rider of the day, for me it was definitely Fabio Quartararo, because what he was making the Yamaha do, that we know the Yamaha can't do, was epic. And I'd still kind of staying with that, even though that he didn't finish. For me, he was punching definitely well above his weight. But overall, the three riders on the podium, they were absolutely epic also. But I would definitely love to know your thoughts. What did you think of the French Grand Prix, and who was your rider of the day? Definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video.